Huh.
Watching Kyle's unboxing videos again?
Yeah, he always finds the coolest... No way! A robot dog? Gotta ask where he got it.
Or use your Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Just draw a circle around the dog on your screen, and it shows you where to buy it right in the app.
Whoa, I just learned a new trick. And that for once, I beat Kyle to the next big thing.
Circle it, find it with the new Galaxy S24 Ultra and circle the search with Google. Get yours now at Samsung.com. Internet connection required. Results may vary based on visuals.
Welcome to the Bare Naked ABCs, where we discuss every Bare Naked Lady song from 7 to Y, even if it's after Steven has left the band, which was partially caused by his cocaine conviction. I mean, the right man was convicted, but it's just sad. But luckily, it led him to get some help, and he's made some really beautiful music since. And I am digging a whole. We would not have gotten Live from Home had he not gotten convicted. I guess I'm saying that the wrong man wasn't convicted.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right.
You're like, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm just sick myself. We should probably talk about this song, which is The Wrong Man Was Convicted. With me tonight, Heidi and Betsy. Welcome, ladies.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
And you guys both know what album this is off from, so I can't ask that question.
You can.
But you're going to immediately get it right. But do you know how many years it's been since this song was released? Yes.
It has been a while.
This is the 30th anniversary year.
I thought that you would wait for me.
So I'm wondering if they're going to release this on vinyl. They have this thing on the anniversaries of releasing it on vinyl.
Yeah, they
do. We'll have to come back around and talk about it again, because you know what? This is not the last song on this album that we're going to cover. So we will have one more on this album. Do you guys know who wrote this song now?
It's got Steven written all over it, but that's my guess.
Okay. What about you, Heidi? Oh, she's gonna pull it out. No cheating. Don't go look.
It takes one to know. Oh, no way. Haha, I just checked myself.
Changed my mind.
Wow.
Wait, who wrote it?
Go ahead, Betsy.
Well, do you really want me to tell you?
Wait, was it?
It was Tyler.
It wasn't. No, it was not.
It was Andy Cregan.
I shall consult the Bible.
Don't tell me when.
I got it right here.
Oh.
I love how all three of us are looking right
now. On the internet.
To kiss fingerprint skin.
Wait. It doesn't say in the liner notes. All it says is what people say.
Wow. I got something from there.
What did you get?
I thought that.
I got written by.
Oh wait, yeah, it is. It's right here. Duffy Page.
Is that
Page?
We got a double
Steven double.
That makes sense.
I had a feeling it sounds like Page.
It does,
like
trying to get a operation.
That's right. It was Ed Robertson and Stephen Duffy.
Steven Tyler? What?
Holy cow! What?
YouTube told me it was Ed Robertson and Stephen Duffy. And I think they've convicted the wrong man.
And they have definitely convicted the wrong man. Ed is never written with Steve Duffy.
I know. So weird.
That would be a really interesting song.
Yeah.
It would be.
Although I could see why they would get that wrong, because this definitely has a very country feel.
Yeah. But like emo country.
The I'm a bad boyfriend vibe, maybe a little bit Steven there.
Yeah. Borderline self-harm boyfriend vibe.
This is the last Page Duffy song we will be discussing, though.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ever?
Well, as long as we're discussing BNL songs. Little sad. They have played this song 14 times live, but they have not touched it since Ships and Dip 5. However, Steven has played it 16 times on his live from home shows. So I think he likes the song.
I think, yeah. I mean, it's definitely in his wheelhouse, right? It's kind of dark, brooding, self-reflective, kind of self-indulgent, kind of.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think that he has the guest musicians come on, though. I think that would be really awkward. Do you guys know who the guest musicians were on this song?
Oh, his ex-wife, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, there was a lot of his ex-wife on previous songs, so
yeah.
That's true. Yeah, no, Carolyn Ricketts, or the future Mrs. Page at this point, plays the flute. And then Kirsten Nash plays the alto saxophone. And we get Ben Mink on the electric guitar.
Nice.
And of course, we have Andy on keys, and he is killing it on the keys when they play it live.
Well, he does kill it on those keys.
I mean, his like, if you watch Intimate and Interactive 4, which will be in the liner notes, it is really fun to watch him playing the keyboards on this one.
And the engineer was Delwyn Brooks. Is that Uncle Delwyn?
Uncle Delwyn with a Elwyn with a D.
Delwyn. It's Delwyn. Say it again.
Uncle Delwyn.
It's Uncle Delwyn.
Now, Heidi,
yes.
Could you hear the alto sax on this song? Because I couldn't.
I think I heard something blended in there, and I wasn't.
Like, I heard the flute, I can hear keys. I can't hear the sax, and maybe I don't know. I love it when I'm watching Heidi concentrate.
I get the flute.
Did I screw something up?
There it is. Right there.
It's my mistake. It's my mistake. It's my mistake.
You muted your.
It is low and it is subtle.
Yeah.
But I caught it at the end harmonizing. I think I caught it at the end harmonizing with the flute in the lower range of the flute, but it's not right out there.
Why would you put it so low in the mix?
I don't know. Have you been able to plug that in and pull it out?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to have to try to see if I can, because that's going to bug me. Because you can hardly hear it.
Yeah.
And I've listened to this song a gazillion times.
And
But
once I knew it was in there, I love a good alto sax. And I was listening for it. I'm like, where is it?
It's not prominently factored in. It doesn't have a moment anywhere. So wow, yeah, that I really didn't even notice that.
And rarely does this happen. We have harmonies from Ed and Andy, but Andy is singing the major harmony on this one. And I can only tell that because of when I watched the intimate and interactive version, you could tell when he was coming in and when Ed was
intimate and interactive version.
All right, I have like plucked everything I can musically out of this. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Heidi. What can you tell us about this song?
Okay, what I can tell us about this is it is about 94 beats per minute. It is in the key of G, but it does have a minor mode in it once we get to the bridge. It follows a typical A-B form with a bridge and then another A-B. So verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus. So you get 3 verses, 3 chorus. The verse and chorus are different in terms of chord progression. We start off, it is capoed on the guitar, but if you're going with chord progressions, it's a minor in the key of G major. We have a minor 6 chord, minor 2 chord, a 5 chord to a 4 chord to a 1 chord. So it brings you home at the end of each line. So who's lonely now? Which one of us is suffering? That's the home chord of G.
Who's lonely now? Which one of us is suffering?
Who's in his cups? Which one of us recovering? And that takes you home again. But then he shifts in the second 2 lines of each verse. Who likes to look at pictures and cries, but way too late. That moves you into minor 3, minor 6, minor 3, minor 6. And he does that again, 3, minor 6, 2, but then he shifts to a minor 2, accepting it was, then he takes you to the 5 chord for D, which makes sense because a 5 chord, any chord to a 5 chord is what we call a half cadence. So it doesn't give you closure. It's not a deceptive cadence, which is a little bit different, where you think it's going to end, but a half cadence, you've got way more to go. So it takes you, it's not what we call a perfect cadence or an imperfect authentic cadence rather, or a perfect authentic cadence where we land on the tonic in a way that resolves it. So for those of you that are not music dorks out there, and since my sidekick Aaron is not with us tonight, that brings you home. When he gets to the chorus, though, he shifts it right down into that home key of starting on the 1 chord of G, going to a 4 chord, to a 5 chord, to a 1 chord, which is a very typical rock chord progression, 1, 4, 5, 1. So the wrong man was convicted. So from the 1 chord to the 4 chord, to the 5 chord, to the 1. So it takes you right through that. And he does it again. I thought that you would wait for me. But when he gets to the word wants, he shifts it to an A minor, which is a minor 2 chord in the key. And your wants, I needn't heed is a D chord. It takes you to that 5 chord again. And then he swells you into the wrong man lies beside you. So the G chord again, the 1 chord to the 4 chord on beside you. And then he goes to E minor, the 6, and waits for you to A minor, minor 2 chord, and all 4 chord because 5 chord. I lacked conviction is a 4 to a 1 chord. And then he takes the judgment's my mistake is a 4 chord to a 5 chord. But then he lands on mistake is an E minor chord. So it's a minor 6. That's what we call a deceptive cadence. So we are landing somewhere completely different. So we're not done yet. So then he goes into the next verse, which is the same as the first, second verse, same as first. I'm Henry VIII. Oh, sorry.
I am.
Wrong. We're not on Hermit's radio. The chorus then repeats the same way he did it the first time. Then we shift to the bridge, and this is where things get interesting. because they shift completely to a minor mode. When Aaron and I have talked about modes on this show in the past, and I believe after really looking into it and ripping chords apart and stuff, I believe he goes into G Dorian. So it's based on the second degree of the F scale, because there's an A sharp, AKA B flat. So I believe it's a G Dorian mode that he uses for the bridge. So it shifts the whole sound, right? Because that whole, who's lonely now, who's reaching out to no one.
Who's lonely now? Who's reaching out to no one? Who's lonely now? It takes one to know one.
So that is a whole different sound of the song. So he shifts it into another orbit with that minor mode inclusion. And then, of course, he brings it right back to the verse, going back to that minor 6 chord, minor 2 chord, and bringing it back in that way. And he again ends the entire song on that E minor chord. So on a minor 6 chord, which is that deceptive cadence, which, since this song is kind of about being deceiving or deceived and deception in there, I kind of think it really fits. So it's really, really interesting, being on one of their earlier albums and seeing this kind of level of chord use and scales and things like that used. But it's very cool because that bridge is complicated. Why'd you have to make that bridge so complicated? Had to figure out the minor mode and it was leaving me frustrated. Thanks, B&L, and thanks to Paige, Steve Duffy for writing, because it was awesome to listen to, but sorry, I lost it.
That was, you went for much longer than I thought.
I just ripped that right off. So thank you, everybody. This was Music Theory Time with Heidi. Dr. Heidi. We'll call me Dr. Heidi. I can't do that because I am a doctor. You're going to get calls now. She be crazy. That's actually the A-mixolydian in the fit. No, it's not.
Hey, it's Aaron's fault that he's not here to argue.
Right, Aaron.
How dare he get sick?
How dare you?
But Betsy, do you have any thoughts on the music?
It definitely fits the mood of the lyrics. Yeah. Because a lot of times they don't do that. A lot of times they flip-flop it. But this is how I'm feeling tone of music, and this is how I'm feeling words to accompany.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's unusual for them to match things up like this.
Yeah. But then maybe that's what happens when you bring in Duffy. I don't know.
Maybe. Or maybe it's just them like, if we always do the juxtaposition between these two, then everyone's going to expect it. So every now and then we have to move away from the M. Night Shyamalan ending and do a real ending.
Love those M. Night Shyamalan ding-dongs, you know?
Ding-dong.
M. Night Shyamalan ding-dong. M. Night Shyamalan ding-dong. Wait.
This is, for me, the music puts me to sleep.
Ding-dong.
Shyamalan ding-dong. It's just fun to say.
It just keeps reminding me of Weird Al in my Fat video. He's like, and the guy's like, "Ding dong, man, ding dong,
ding dong, man, ding dong.
You ain't nothing."
Ding dong, man, ding dong. I say that all the time.
It will almost be the most feral cat turd. Sorry,
ding
Tracy.
Dong, man,
back to you, Tracy.
Back to you, Tracy.
So for me, this music is this. It puts me to sleep. I don't find it engaging, and I don't know why. I've thought about it a lot during the week. This is a song I haven't listened to in 20 years. And I was like, all right, I'm going to come back to it. And this is going to be one of those sleepers that I was like, I don't know why I stopped listening to this. No, I'm like, it doesn't do anything for me. I was really shocked. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna put it away for a couple days. I'm gonna come back to it, and then I'm gonna have a whole new look. Nope. Put it away after a couple days, came back, and I was still like, yeah, doesn't do anything for me. It just there's no I think there because it's so quiet and slow throughout the whole song, I feel bored by it versus like with Break Your Heart where it starts off slow but then gets really emotional and powerful. Um it never crescendos. And so for me, it just sits there and I think it goes along with what they're singing about, but it just doesn't work for me.
I'm sad. I'm sad that it doesn't work for you.
Me too.
I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Let me call up Steve Page and Steve Duffy and be like, hey, so can you make some changes because you've got some trouble with Tracy and he's
not connecting with the song, so
it is the trouble, Tracy. Because I will say when it comes to the lyrics, like I love the lyrics.
I love the nightlife. I like to boogie. I love that line. That's a Mike Myers line from, I can't remember what movie it is, but he's like, I love the nightlife. I like to boogie.
On the Disco Round?
I don't know. I was like Bee Gees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the nightlife. Oh, it is. It's from So I Married an Axe Murderer, where he's like, he says that line.
Oh, yeah. So many great lines in that movie.
I love that movie so much.
But there's so many great lines in this song. Like I love how like he does a really great job of going in a completely of playing on those puns. Like there's three major like plays on the words in this and on the experiences in this song. Like it starts you think it's just this very simple song, but it's not. Like you've got the comparison of the completely different opposite experiences of the relationship, and at the end at the end of the relationship, like the narrator at the end of the relationship wants that to still be around and for them to still be together. The partner is not there for that, and then later on, like in the song, you have this completely different experience between the two of them, where now the narrator of the song is the one that is missing all of this. And it's the partner that's like, I've moved on. What's wrong with you?
Get the net. Another Meg Myers night comment. We broke up. Get the net. I do not own a gun, much less many guns that would necessitate an entire rack. Do you remember that one? Come on.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's from Wayne's World. Wayne's World.
I thought we were still talking about
No, when Tracy said that, it was like, we broke up. And I was like, we broke up. Get the net. Funny times.
I like that it's very poetic the way he goes about saying all of this, but and he's not coming right out and saying I'm the one that is miserable now, but at the same time he's implying it enough with the words that he's using that he's pointing out that like there's this really ironic situation where I was the one that blew this up, and yet now I'm the one that's miserable, and this other guy is the guy who's happy with you.
Nice drop in Monty. What do you got, Betsy?
I think this song is very heavy emotionally. I wouldn't call it boring. It is slow, but I think it's just so like emotionally loaded for me that I can't just pop it on any old time. There's a lot of I connect a lot with this song. The song is I mean, without getting too much into it, I have gone through a similar situation from what the narrator's describing. So it kind of drains me every time I hear it because it's very kind of wrenching and full of like remorse and stuff. So it's not always a place where I like my brain to go. So it's a bad brain neighborhood. But
it's a bad brain neighborhood.
At the same time, it's very beautiful and poetic, and it's, well, nice isn't the right word, but it's kind of nice to know that other people have kind of experienced this kind of dynamic, I guess. So beautiful, kind of heart-wrenching, and well written, but yeah, fucking heavy.
Yeah, it is heavy.
Weighs a ton.
Farging heavy.
Farging heavy, man.
Well, it is a heavy song.
Yeah.
And we know, like, it's the line, "Who's in his cups? Which one of us is recovering?"
Was that a term that you recognized? Because I gotta say, I had to look that term up.
It's like, I believe, an alcoholic reference.
Yeah,
it is.
because they're all dealing with opposites. So I figured the one person's recovering, the other person's
exactly. And this is the tale of Steve Page in so many ways. Like, he makes bad decisions in his lyric writing, but he's like, but like, I'm sorry now, but I thought you'd wait for me your wants. I didn't listen to them, but the wrong man's lying beside you now, all because I lacked conviction. Like, dude, let it go.
I love the fact that it's
whiny teenage boy stuff in so many ways. Maybe I've taught high school for too long, but it's like, I changed my mind. You said that I could change it back. I wanted space, but now change is falling through the cracks. If I'm again beside your body, don't tell me where it's been.
Yeah.
It's cruel. This is my favorite line in the whole fucking song. Oh, whole part of my French song. It's cruel, unusual punishment to kiss fingerprinted skin. That line is brilliant. However, seriously, dude, you didn't want her anymore. You made poor decisions. You made her make a choice because you wanted space. You wanted change. And now you're like, oh, but I really, it's like every really stupid romance, Hallmark, Lifetime TV movie crap. Like, the guy treats the girl like garbage, and then, oh my gosh, I really did love you. She is with somebody else trying to move on, and then he comes to the door in the middle of the night with like signs and roses, and she's supposed to be like, oh, okay, like, thank you, I guess. And now you're saying, the wrong man lies beside you. But if we do get back together, just don't tell me who else you've been with. You've been with so many other chicks, dude. You've been with so many, but it's not okay after you've officially left me. What? Yeah. So I love this song, but it's still it's like, really? I love the whole "who's lonely now, who's reaching out to no one, who's lonely now, it takes one to know one." I'm like, what? Yeah. But I do think that he's lyrically, as far as vocally rather, he does some really amazing singing in this, especially when I love some of his work in this. He gets down into his low range, but then when he shifts into that, into the second part of the chorus, it's just The wrong man lies beside you, where he shifts up. It's just so nice. But man, there's so many thoughts when it comes to really, when two men dream of you at night, do you just dream of him? Yeah, because you left me, you dickwad. So of course I'm only dreaming of him. Sorry, parental earmuffs. But seriously, Betsy, now you could get mad about it. Like, it's not like, oh, it's so heavy. It's like, what? Like,
yeah.
That's just what I'm getting from it.
I see. Okay, do you guys think, because there were some people online that thought that the girl was seeing two guys at the same time, one of them being the narrator. And I'll admit, I didn't ever get that feeling from this song. I thought they were...
It sounded like two different time frames to me.
That's what I thought as well.
He's admitted, you know, I did the deed. I thought that you would wait for me. Your wants I needn't heed. I didn't have to, pay attention to what you wanted. I didn't have to bring you flowers anymore. I didn't have to take you out. What is that other song? Like, I should have taken you dancing or whatever it was. I can't remember it. It'll come to me. But it's like, yeah, maybe you should do all of those things. And then you can't just take somebody for granted and then
want them back.
Yeah. All because I lacked conviction? No, it's all because you didn't care about her until she was with somebody else. And then you're like, oh, well, if I can't have you, so I guess I really do want you. Like,
And that's a really good point. I get the play on words with conviction. I love that play on words.
Yeah, I do too.
But I hate this point of view of for exactly that reason. Like, it's not a lack of conviction. If you're wondering whether or not that person is right for you before you're with them, then they're probably not right for you.
I think he just needs to look in the mirror and go, okay, it's time to move on. Like, he has not spaced himself enough yet.
She has found someone that she's happy with. Why can't he just accept that? Like, why?
Either that, or another possible take is when he says, I thought that you would wait for me, your wants I needed heed. Maybe she said, I don't want you going on the road. We're not going to last in a long, distance relationship, or it could be somebody goes to boot camp or whatever. I thought you'd wait for me, but then you picked up another guy because I had to do my thing. And now my judgment, because I lacked the conviction to make a decision to stay with you, who I was supposed to love. I don't know. That's far-fetched. I still think he was just... I'm not getting that with some of the other lines. I like my original interpretation better.
I think the original interpretation, it fits more closely with some of the other lines. But it also, what you said too goes with the who's lonely now. So yeah. Like, obviously she was lonely in the relationship before.
Right.
I don't know.
But you done messed up, Ron, so you better just deal with it.
Yeah. There is one more note that I wrote down. Uncensored.
No, was it an F sharp? Because I always write down an F sharp.
Annie Uncensored on Song Meetings said, as I recall, this one and Am I the Only One are on this album are both one about lead singers, this one from the era both and the Steve fronting the band, that where one of the lead singers was in love with the woman who had married his brother, and these two songs were about her. Now, I gotta say, I've never found that anywhere. If anyone wants to come forward and say that's the truth, I would love to hear that and have proof of that. Meaning that Steven was in love with his brother's wife, I guess. But yeah, I have never seen anything about that.
It's like a Hallmark movie. Oh, I love, it's like, oh, what was that movie with Sandra Bullock where the brother falls in love with her, but he's not really married to the brother. She just picked him up off a train.
Oh, yes, while you were sleeping.
While you were sleeping, right? No, I don't think that's the thing.
No. What I do think is interesting is...
Hold on, Steve, we need answers. So if you could just come up on the show, that would be super great.
I think it's really cool that Break Your Heart was written for this album. It wasn't released with this album. They waited until the next album to release Break Your Heart. But with Break Your Heart, you have this person who can't make a decision and regrets the fact that they can't make the decision and ends up hurting her. And then you have this song, which is the exact opposite, where the guy makes the decision and then turns around and regrets it. Steve, you can't have it both ways, buddy.
No, but that's the problem is don't so many people want it both ways. Like you want your side hustle and you want the things you wanted, but then you want to go home and have
They call it a shocker.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was bad. Betsy's tired and she's just giving me a look like, I don't know what you just said. I ignored that.
Oh, I know what you said.
You want your cake and you want to eat it too. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. So, what are we going to rate this tonight?
I think that we should rate this on how many stop playing. Son of a gun. I say that we should rank this based on how many prisoners of love this song.
Oh, how many POLs? Was it? Wait, who?
Mel Brooks. Prisoners of love, blue skies above.
Of
love.
Who was it that did? Was it Tears for Fears that was Chains of Love?
That was Erasure.
Erasure. The Chains of Love. Prisoner of Love reminds me of what was that movie with the glass? Midnight Express. Yeah.
That was an amazing face you just
People can't see me. They don't know.
We can.
Well, yes, you can. But maybe the wrong woman was convicted. So wrong woman.
Well, Heidi, how many prisoners of love do you give this song?
I really do. I have a love-hate relationship with this song. I like the sound of the song. I like the lyric writing of the song. It makes me frustrated at the protagonist, the main character, not really protagonist.
Narrator?
The narrator, let's say, from that person's view. I'm like, wait a minute. But I'm going to give this 4.5 prisoners of love.
Okay. What about you, Betsy? How many prisoners of love do you give this song?
It's hard because I'm trying to rate the song for the lyrics and the music, but it stirs up a lot of bad shit. So that's also a factor. So I guess if I'm trying to be pragmatic and rate it for what it is, without, condemning it for how it makes me feel, I guess. It's got, really strong lyrics, and they've got the clever twists on it that Steven does, either Steven, I suppose, in this scenario. And it has that great key that's very, spot on for the emotion. So I think it's a solid song with solid writing, but I'm not going to listen to it a lot. So I guess I'd say 3.8.
Okay. All right.
I'm so sorry, Betsy.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry that brings up so much stuff for you.
Yeah.
The lyrics are amazing. I love everything about them. I love the play on words. It's the music that I don't like in this song, and it's not that I don't like it. It's still nice. It doesn't speak to me. It doesn't pull me in. The part of the song that I liked the most was the first line of the bridge. So I'm giving it 2.5 for all of the lyrics. The lyrics half gets a 2.5. Really great. The rest of the song is competently done, but it just doesn't speak to me. So I'm going to give it a 2.6 total.
Okay.
2.6 total.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
Haterade.
Very much. It's not bad. It's a competent song. I just don't like it. And guys, that finishes the W's.
What?
Yes, there are no
So
X's.
now on to the X's.
Yes, there are no Z's. Yes,
Well,
that leaves us
not
only at
for
the
very
Y's.
good ladies. Huh?
Yes, that leaves us only the Y's.
Why?
Now, people who get my puns are thinking enough and is enough is enough is enough.
Yes.
Is enough again.
Yes.
I just kept seeing all these puns over and over and over and over and over again.
Yes.
And
yes.
Oh, did you get the song that we're doing next week?
No.
No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes.
So please come back next week while we
Another movie reference. But I don't know, because maybe they've had enough is enough is enough is enough is enough is enough is enough.
again.
It's my mistake. It's my mistake. It's my mistake.
To celebrate joining Pantheon Podcasts, Rock Camp, the podcast, the official podcast of Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, is giving away a guitar signed by Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater, Marty Friedman, formerly of Megadeth, and legendary shredder Zakk Wylde, plus our rockstar counselors like Vinny Appice, Monty Pittman, and more. To enter to win, simply follow, rate, and review our podcast on your preferred platform, and that's all you have to do. For more information, go to rockcamp.com/podcast.